big hater of the podcast.
They don't like
They
the slopcast.
They hate the slop, dude. Beautiful.
That's good. That's good content.
Today on the Slopcast, we have one slopper missing. AJ is out of town on some wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's his wedding to some other man.
Yeah.
I'm not certain.
Yeah.
I think he left his girlfriend of 5 years for some big hairy man.
Yeah.
and he's
Well,
marrying.
he had to go out of state because it's not legal here.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Because the man is actually a horse. And bestiality, he had to go to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Or Arkansas. I can't remember. I don't know. Regardless, he'll be back next week. But this week we have friend of the podcast, Atlanta comedian, local legend, some say hot-tistic,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Jacob Chuck.
Pinch slopper here.
Pinch slop. The pinch. We tagged him into pinch slop.
Yeah.
Which is what AJ's doing on that horse.
Yeah.
In Arkansas.
Oh, he's slopping.
He's
for sure.
slopping it. But yeah, dude.
AJ saw that one porn of that guy who died from having sex with a horse.
Mr. Hand.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
No.
I never saw it either, but I've heard of it.
I've heard of it for sure. No.
I like how you say, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind have I heard of it, or should anybody ever doubt that I have?
No, I want to make sure that it is not a challenge in your mind that I have heard of Mr. Hand or the guy who put glass up his butt and then died.
Yeah.
No, that guy
Joint?
didn't die. That guy actually, I think, lived.
Oh, I thought he died. Or was that Mr. Hand? One of them's Mr.
I think
Hand.
Mr. Hand is the horse guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Mr. Hand is horse. Another guy is one guy, one jar.
That's what it
and
is.
then it
yeah.
bursts in his butt, and then he goes to the hospital.
That's got to be the worst thing ever. Dude.
Yeah, to boof glass.
Yeah. That's why I always see people with like glass butt plugs or something.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
why are you playing with fire like
Also,
that?
the fact that somebody had to glass blow that, like a craftsman had to put in hours to make that. That's crazy. That a man learned a skill.
Yeah.
Clearly a man learned a skill and then made a glass butt plug and then was like, keep it going.
Keep it coming. I'm pretty sure I went to a glass blowing place one time, and I heard that they have to be an apprentice for 7 years.
Jeez, man.
Can you imagine? That's like a whole cicada life cycle. Yeah, you're just training to blow fucking glass butt plugs.
And then when you present because I imagine that to pass, you have to make something on your own that's like brand new and stuff like that. So the first guy presents his glass butt plug, and then the cicadas all come out, and you go, and they just fly. It's like a
biblical plague.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Put that butt plug down, boy.
He smears the blood from his own butthole over the door.
The Passover.
Dude.
With his own Mr. Hand, he smears it.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
If you boof alcohol, if they breathalyze you, does that come up?
I'm not certain because I thought that how the breathalyzer works was it tells like your blood alcohol content. So if it goes,
but you don't breathe blood.
I know, that's why I'm always confused. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it just? Oh yeah, because I guess I have heard like if you take like a shot real quick and then immediately blow.
It'll come up.
It might come up even though you're not like actually drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So that's where I think if you
they make you fart in the breathalyzer. Sir, keep pushing.
I was talking about this with a few comics the other day, and I like wrote it down on my phone. I'm gonna try to maybe make a sketch of it or something like that. But I was just like the idea of that a cop pulls you over, you're blasted drunk, but you've been boofing, you got a bottle in your asshole, and then he's just like, "You've been drinking tonight?" You go, "No, sir."
Drinking? No.
And then he's like, "Step out of the car. Can you do the walk test for you?" And you're just like so clearly walking
up.
as if you not only that, you're walking because something's in your ass.
Oh, you're walking as if you just got like fucked in the ass.
Yeah. He's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
Dude, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
what
you
about
just go, I'm gay for the first time today.
I just found out I'm gay, officer.
Yeah. He goes, congratulations.
Congratulations. Would you like to have sex with me? And you got to be like, yes.
Yeah. Or he's like, congrats,
Okay.
you're going to jail. Well, this does work out, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, boof. Have you ever boofed alcohol?
I've never boofed anything. Nothing's ever gone up my butt.
Yeah. I've boofed a lady's tongue. That's about it.
Dang. You get the breathalyzer, it says horny.
And by that I mean a lady fucked around and put her tongue in my
yeah.
I didn't find a tongue on the street and boof it, just to be clear.
You didn't find a lady and go, get that tongue in my ass right now.
No. Yeah, I did not sever a tongue and take it. So, no. Put
it on a tampon or something.
An
like
enthusiastic broad made her own decisions.
Yeah. Made a gamble.
Yeah. She messed around with the kid and she found out.
Dude, that's sick. How was it? Were you like against it? Were you for it?
Fire, dude. Are you kidding me?
Dang.
Absolute heat.
How clean do you think your anus is compared to the average?
I think it's terrible, if I'm being honest. I think this lady is a trooper. I think she deserves a medal, bro. No, like if I think I'm about to like fuck, I will for sure, I'll be super clean in case a lady feels adventurous, but just the normal walking around Mr. O'Malley's sphincter. It is
welcome to Mr. O'Malley's sphincter.
It's a war zone, dude.
Yeah.
It is a fucking war zone. Like, dude, I told you yesterday. Okay, quick tangent before we get back to my butthole.
Yeah.
Yesterday, if you're watching visually, it might look a little different because yesterday I moved my apartment, and also I moved Slopcast Studios.
Yeah.
Are they the same thing? Sure. But doesn't matter.
But will they always be?
No. Most likely, but we're holding out hope.
No, I'm saying you lose the apartment, but you only have Slopcast Studios.
Yeah, dude. It's like I just start interviewing like the homeless people in front of the Shell that we got the beers at. like homeless people normally have like a grocery cart with like blankets and some bottles.
Yeah, I have Japanese curtains
and podcast equipment. It says spare change. I'm just like, any funny stories, please?
Yeah.
Like waving a cup around.
Riffs.
I'm starving for riffs. Please.
Give me the goods.
Can I call anybody gay, please?
Engagement.
But yeah, so I moved yesterday, and initially, other friend of the pod, actually former friend of the pod now, Liam Harvey was supposed to help me move, and then he threw out his back, which
about
I do
20 minutes in, right?
Which about 30.
Yeah.
Which I do believe did happen, but the way he said it was like,
yeah.
ooh, ow, ooh,
yeah.
my back.
My back.
He's like holding his neck, being like, my lower lumbar, dude. I don't know. But so anyway, so then I had this whole truck rented, and I think he had a clear motive because he had to go to Chattanooga. He had to leave for like 4 for Chattanooga, but whatever. Anyway, now I just have a whole truck full of stuff that I needed his help to put in there. And then now I have no help to unload it in this new apartment. Plus, I need some other stuff. And our friend, Jacob Chalk, clutched the fuck up, dude. It was pretty sweet. But anyway, while we were moving, this is why I got to that. While we were moving, we ate a bunch of deli meat I had.
Yeah.
I asked Jacob if he was hungry, and he's like, oh, I see this lunch meat. Can I make a sandwich? And I said, do you remember what I said?
You said that it gasses you up, right?
I said it makes me shit my pants.
Oh, yeah.
Did you shit your pants last night?
No.
I didn't shit my pants, but I took like 4 poops last night.
I have, as an adult, never pooped my pants.
Last
time I pooped my pants was when I was 4
I
years
didn't
old.
poop my pants. I'm saying
I'm just putting that on record. That there's 2 things about me that I need this audience to know. One, that I've never pooped my pants as an adult, and it's been over 20 years since I have.
And 2, you're a homosexual.
No.
Oh, okay.
2, that I am aware of Mr. Hand.
And 3?
Yeah. 3, that I am homosexual for horses.
Only?
Yeah. I can have sex with a horse, but only the male horses.
I'm surprised AJ didn't have you in his horse wedding then.
It's because I know It's my ex.
Yeah, it's damn, that bitch passed around.
And that's why he's the permanent host of Slopcast, because he's getting my sloppy seconds right now.
We are some sloppy second fools for real.
Yeah, bro.
But no, dude, I had immense bowel movements last night from that sandwich. No. I don't know what it is to me, bro. I know exactly what it is. I got that IBS.
No, I don't have that. What I have is I have like old man piss where
old man piss.
Yeah, where like I go pee and then not all of it comes out and then it just dribbles in my underwear.
Like immediately after, just like 5 minutes later, you're
like 2 minutes later.
It's a little wet.
Yeah, I swear to God, I piss, I pull my pants up, I go. Yeah. I would be at work or something like that. I would go back to my office chair. I would sit down and just a little dribble into my underwear. I could feel it happen, and I'd be like, "That's upsetting." Not enough to where they're like,
"That's upsetting." You're sitting in the office with piss stained pants, being like, "I'm not a big fan of this."
A bit miffed on this one, but otherwise good to go. No, it would be like drops. Like it's not like.
Oh my God! Like the Tim Robinson sketch with the. What was it? Calico cut pants.
Oh, I don't know this sketch.
Oh, you don't know that sketch? Dude, it's literally like it starts off, there's like two guys in an office. One guy's walking out of the bathroom or something, and then on his pants, like his khaki pants, there's like two spots of like piss.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Yeah. And then
that's why I wear black pants.
You gotta wear black pants. And then second, a guy sees that and says to him, "Oh, looks like you got a little pee on your pants," or something like that. And then Tim Robinson walks out of nowhere and is like, "No, they make pants like that. They come like that." And then he pulls up a website called Calico Cut Pants that like has pants designed like that, but it's just like a fake website that he's like helping this guy out with.
That's so funny that to take the idea of like a slightly embarrassing moment and be like, "No, this was intentional."
Yeah.
It's so funny.
That's what a lot of it.
Also, I've had that happen where like I go to wash my hands and then the water like comes out the spout too much, or like it hits, and then that gets on the pants as well.
Yeah.
I hate the smell of wet clothing, by the way.
Yeah, it's not good. When you worked in your office, did you work with a bunch of like Indian people at all?
No, I worked with a bunch of old guys, and then some younger people, and then one lady who had a dead tooth.
Dead tooth girl.
What
was her nickname? Old Daddy.
Nobody had a nickname for her except for me internally, where I called her Dead Tooth Girl.
Dead Tooth Girl. And I guess just extra early on this podcast.
Yeah.
What was the office building?
I will not say.
What was her name though? Like her first name?
Oh,
maybe her last name.
Oh, I actually don't know her last name. But no, I thought she was attractive, and then I saw her dead tooth, and I was like, I'm okay.
Yeah. What even is that?
A dead tooth is like literally, I think it's like
the root is just dead.
Yeah, the root is like, and so like the tooth starts to rot and stuff like that, and it smells awful.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if it necessarily has to, but like usually a dead tooth smells pretty bad too.
Yeah.
And then it's like usually discolored. Mm-hmm. Like it's like blue and almost like blackish.
Yeah, I've seen that, but like just why can't you just like replace it?
Well, you got to like remove the tooth and like, cause it's like full of bacteria too. So that's why it usually smells, is cause it has bacteria and stuff like that on it. So then you have to remove the tooth, and then you got to get a new tooth, but an implant tooth costs without insurance $4,000.
That's crazy, dude. I have thought about that though. I think I've said this before, but like if I became like a billionaire kind of person, I don't think I would ever really do like any plastic surgery, or if I like eventually go bald, I'd let that happen. Yeah. But I would get the fucking like donkey teeth veneers, like just the pearly
like the
white.
George Washingtons. Yeah.
No, like some real nice.
Oh no, I'd go wooden teeth.
Wooden teeth.
Yeah. I'm a billionaire, bro. Let me do whatever I want. I'm gonna go wooden teeth, wooden plane.
Wooden plane?
Yeah, like a wooden jet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy.
It just winds up like a 1910s car.
Yeah, they have it tied to a rope and like a slingshot to get it in the air, and then they just like wind it up like that, and then they fire it off.
I would make my teeth out of sapphires.
Dude, that's sick.
I know. Also, if I was a billionaire, I would pay Nathan Fielder to make season 5 of Nathan For You. I would fund it, the whole thing, and then I would only put it, and I would make it on VHS only.
Whoa!
And then it would just be mine.
I
would not let anybody see it.
That's like the Wu-Tang album that it's just on one. Vinyl or
that
something
Martin
like that?
Shkreli owns or whatever. That's
owns.
what I would do. I would do that, but with Nathan Fielder. Nathan For You.
And then here's how that would go: is that most people with the Wu-Tang thing, they're like, "Dang, come on, just release it." With the Nathan For You thing, they would just go, "Oh, that's interesting," and then move on.
Here's the thing: if Jeff Bezos said he had season 5 Nathan For You, I would Luigi that motherfucker. Dude.
Dang.
I love that show so much.
Yeah,
I want
so
nothing
good.
more than season 5.
Bro.
And like, okay, fair. Maybe the Wu-Tang Clan has more fans than Nathan For You. I will concede that point.
But I think their impact to the culture, I would say, far lower.
Far lower, dude, than weird, awkward guy editing real life situations.
Dude, he's got his second season of The Rehearsal coming out, and the trailer just
it's just gonna be crazy.
It literally makes him look like a villain. Like he is truly
at the end of it. I was literally I couldn't believe the end of season 1, dude. It was fucking crazy.
I wanted to say as well, if I was a billionaire with about teeth, I would go walking down the street and I would just like walk up to a person and go, him. And then like people and bodyguards would take him away, and then they would just replace his teeth with like the craziest grill of all time, and then put him like back in his life as normal. I would do that,
like
and then
permanent grill,
and then like I would pay him like $10 million as well, just to be like, you never talk about this.
He shows up to Thanksgiving looking like
iced out,
looking like Kodak Black,
and his wife's like, honey, this morning you left with what happened to your teeth? He goes, these have always been my teeth.
What are you, crazy bitch?
Yeah, he starts gaslighting.
What are you fucking crazy?
I would then
look at our wedding photos. You gotta go in his house.
I got a guy.
You got a guy?
Yeah. I also, just to make sure, if I can, I offer him. The first one is truly non-consensual. I'll say that right now.
Truly, he's fucked.
Yeah, that's
raping
my choice.
His mouth with gold and diamonds.
And I give him $10 million, but then I go, I go, for an extra $20 million, you let me do the kids, just because I want his wife to go, what happened to your teeth? He goes, these have always been my teeth. Look at our children, and they're also iced out.
It runs in my family.
This is a family thing.
It's genetic.
God.
For an extra $30 million, I put a grill on your balls.
Yeah, dude.
The balls grill.
We just drill sapphires into your testicles, make it just like a crazy sack.
I almost threw up.
Yeah,
that was the worst combination of words I've heard in quite some time. Drill sapphires into your testicles. Jesus Christ.
Look, I'm sorry, but that's the thing, is that I'm already in a billionaire mindset.
Yeah,
because that's how you achieve success.
For real, I'm just
for those listening out there.
I have not been in the mindset, dude. My mindset is more of a shit, dude. I want to get some takeout and a 6-pack.
Do you think Jeff Bezos did that?
Jeff Bezos never did that.
Jeff Bezos has never had takeout or a 6-pack. Here's what he has a 6-pack now.
He's ripped now.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that Jeff Bezos, here's what he would go. He would go, Mackenzie Scott. He would call her by her full name legally.
Who?
That's exactly. That's his ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
Exactly, but everybody knows her as Jeff Bezos' wife.
Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
I think they're gonna reconcile.
Who is? It's pretty funny that when they got divorced, she became the richest woman in the world
at $42 million, and then she vowed to give most of it away, and actually has given billions away. Yeah,
interesting.
I keep up with, because again, I'm on that grind set. These are my peers.
Yeah. You're in the upper echelon.
Yeah, I'm in the upper echelon.
Well, could you get her on the podcast?
I mean,
I would love to know if she thinks whether or not having sex with a trans woman is gay. What do you think she thinks? What would she say?
I think she would think that everybody has their own version of charity, and that's
what?
Yeah, and that's if that's how you're giving out, that's how you're giving out. You know, charity isn't gay.
What does that have to do with my question?
Yeah.
She would just obfuscate and deflect.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
that's the mindset.
I'm
That's
a real
the mindset.
interviewer. I'm a real journalist.
You're a journalist, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I push. None of those weak questions, dude.
Ask me a question, and I can answer it for you as a future billionaire, currently unemployed.
Okay, sure.
But future billionaire.
Have you ever in your life asked a girl where my hug at? Actually, let me reframe my question. Mr. Chalk, billionaire Chalk. There are several
Owner of the Clippers.
Owner of the Mr. Chalk, billionaire Chalk, owner of the Clippers. What is your response to the allegations that came out last week on 4 accounts of asking where my hug at? 3 of which happened from women that also reported that you got violent when the hug was turned down.
You know, business is hard. And that already, if there's an audience, I'm going to get claps, right? They're going to clap and they're going to go, this guy's right. And then I'm going to say, and that's where to find success, you have to challenge and push norms and try to push the envelope of what you're doing. And so Meta's whole, and then I bring in Zuckerberg, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I bring in Zuckerberg, okay, and I tie him to my words, right? Yeah. And then I go, Mark, you might call him Mark Zuckerberg. I call him
Mark Thin, Matthew, Mark Thew.
Yeah, you call him Mark Zuckerberg. I call him on the weekends. Thank you.
That one bombed at the press conference. Even you know it, dude. That one bombed. That's just you doing a billionaire like lizard laugh. That's all I got.
Here's my billionaire laugh.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, how about this next question? Let's say, so now we're in like 2042 is like the year that you're the billionaire.
That I'm a billionaire? I would say 2027.
All right, fine. It's 2027. You're a billionaire. Yeah. I'm a reporter. I come up to you and say, Mr. Chalk,
owner of the Clippers, and the Knicks, and I make them scrimmage every other day.
Yeah, Mr. Chalk.
Been thinking about getting into women's volleyball.
Yeah.
Just as a owner.
Been thinking about getting into transgender badminton.
Been thinking about getting into Paralympic hot dog eating contest.
It's just to do with no leg, and they have their own league for it.
This guy was born with 2 guts.
That would be crazy. 2 guts would be crazy.
Yes, you were asking your question. I just wanted to refer to my titles.
So it's 2027. Mm-hmm. How do you respond to the recently resurfacing allegations that you suppressed in April 2025, but did have credible evidence of support that you did in fact perpetrate these accusations of a certain email sent about getting bugged? How do you respond to that resurfacing in 2027?
I'm gonna for sure go on the record saying that was not me. That was not me. That is 100% not me. I swear to God, I'm not dodging that one. I'm answering very clearly. That was not me. Okay. That was, to anyone who could possibly even listen, that was not me.
We know. That would have been the... Oh, God.
What it couldn't have been me. I have a perfect alibi of calling Patrick O'Malley at exactly that time period.
He did, actually. That's fun. But yeah, that's what the billionaire mindset gets you, brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you have any sloppy stories? AJ told a story that's one of my favorite stories I ever heard. Okay. Which is where I'm just letting you can just mull over stuff in your mind, which is the story from, I believe, episode like 2 or 3, which is where he told the story of the time that he like went to change a tire but couldn't, like, and him and his friend like pissed under the car, and then some good Samaritan like laid in the piss to help them try to fix their car. So do you have anything where you pissed and then it like got on somebody?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What do you got?
So back in high school, me and my friends, like young white dudes, we did a lot of like basically gay stuff together. We didn't like, we didn't like jerk off or anything like that together, but we did at one point.
You've never jerked off with the homies?
No, I've never jerked off with the homies.
With like a blanket. You all got your own blanket over.
No, never once.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
I never did.
And that's a good defense. No, but we were at my friend Daniel's 18th birthday party.
You were never in middle school watching American Pie.
I didn't have friends in middle school.
Damn, that got really sad.
Hey, it's okay. More jerking off for me.
Hey, hey, you can go crazy style.
Yeah. And then I go to school and I go, check this out. Yeah.
Guys, I have the crustiest pants in all of 7th grade.
Is that a little piss dribble? No.
It's actually cum.
Yeah. They make them like that, actually.
Dude, that would be the funniest thing if somebody at your office, when you have your little piddle problem, it's like, did you just pee? You're like, no, I fucking busted.
Yeah. It's cum, dick off.
Hey, come smell this.
Yeah. Does this smell like piss?
It's clearly jism.
Or does this smell like earned cum?
I earned it on my lunch break.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm allowed to do whatever I want on my lunch break.
Yeah. You can't accuse me of things on my lunch break. And it's technically 12:55. I don't clock it back in until 1. Yeah. So this is also my free time.
You come back in the office with a bloody knife. It's like, where were you at? And you're like, lunch
break.
I was at lunch.
Yeah. I was at lunch. Do you have any more questions? Also, where's your wife? I don't know.
What? Next you're going to ask about these zip ties and duct tape.
Yeah, great. Sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. And this picture of your family.
Oh, just because the guy that pisses his pants acts a little weird. You guys go crazy.
It's lunch, dude. What were you doing on your lunch break? Fucking sucking your own dick, huh? Yeah. Now it doesn't feel good. But no, high school, Daniel's 18th birthday party. He was throwing a pool party.
Daniel Delano?
Not Daniel Delano. This kid's a bit more successful. He actually has a doctorate in biology or something. It's crazy.
Our boy Daniel's about to be big though.
Yeah. But my friend has true love.
Okay. You're just shitting on Daniel. We love you, Daniel.
But so my buddy Daniel.
It is fun that Daniel was on the podcast. He could just sit on this table.
It wouldn't even have to perch. He would fully. Yeah. He'd be kicking his feet.
You heard of Elf on the Shelf?
Yeah.
Get ready for Danny on the Tanny.
Danny on the Tanny. Yeah. Even though it's table.
I couldn't think of a rhyme.
But so Daniel, my friend, he goes to the bathroom, and we had like a bit in high school where if one friend went to the bathroom, we all would just like lock eyes and go, I'll join. And so then I don't know, it was just like a bit that we would always like go to the urinals together.
Oh, like you're in class.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so you'd always see this like, or even at lunch, you'd see like a line of like 6 dudes just like walking up to the bathroom and stuff. And so Daniel's going to the bathroom, and then all of my friends go in, and so then we cram I think 12 dudes into this bathroom, which I swear to God is smaller than like that closet there.
Oh wow!
Like
the door's closed. You didn't even see it.
I saw it yesterday.
Okay.
So basically, like the distance from me to you is like the distance from the door to the toilet.
Yeah,
like that's it. And we crammed 12 dudes into there.
Oh my God!
And then Daniel, like we were like doing a bit, but then Daniel's like, I actually do have to pee, so I want to pee.
Yeah.
And so then Connor was like, I also actually have to pee. And then I was like, I'll join, you know? And I was like, I don't have to, but I can always piss.
Yeah.
And so we're like, but we don't want to see each other's dicks.
Right.
So we turn off the light. And so we're all three like here's the toilet. Daniel's here, Connor's here, I'm here, right? Yeah. So we're all, me and Connor, at like an angle. And I start peeing, and as soon as I start peeing, I hear Connor go, what is, and then he just goes, Jacob, you're peeing on me right now. And I'm like, no, like actively going like, no, I'm not. And he's like, I can feel your piss on my leg right now.
And you keep going.
I'm still pissing. And then he's like, I swear to God, when we turn on the lights, just a puddle of piss just everywhere.
In his shoes and stuff.
It was just so bad. And
what was this, like second period?
This was at my friend's house.
Yeah. I thought you meant in class.
No, this was at my friend's house. Sorry if I was unclear about that. But I, to this day, I remember, like, not too long ago. I was just
picturing this guy going back to biology with piss-soaked pants and shoes.
No, it was like his birthday, and we were like at a pool party and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then,
you did say that. I'm very bad at this podcast thing.
But you're an excellent journalist, and so, I remember a few years ago, we were all hanging out, and then somebody was like, "You remember how like Jacob pissed on Connor?" And then I was like, "It was a very narrow bowl, okay?
Yeah.
Like you can't get mad at me." And then everybody was like, "It was actually a above average width bowl. Like it was pretty wide." And then Daniel showed a photo. He was like, "It's actually a pretty big bowl if you look at it." Like, why do you have a photo of your toilet?
Yeah, why did he have that?
He's like, we were just moving. I had to take a photo of every room.
What was that for?
It's very funny.
Damn, dude. What was that other bit that you talked about that you had with the kid in high school? Where he like danced or something?
Oh, yeah. So every day I accidentally bullied a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the thing is that for a lot of people, if I don't feel like I'm super close to them, I develop a little like script in my head to interact with them, right? Like, so I think everybody can kind of relate to that. Like there's somebody in your office where you're like, oh, I know that they like sports. I just talk about sports. Or even then like meeting like a partner's parents. You're like, I'm not bringing up politics. I'm just bringing up, like how the game went or like how the yard looks or whatever. You have a script, right?
Yeah.
Me and this guy, his name is Jacoby. My script was that I didn't feel comfortable having a conversation. But the very first day I ever met him, he like made a little like bad joke.
Yeah.
And
he bombed.
And it bombed.
Next time you burp, do it right in the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I love how the idea of that, like people are commenting like, why is this guy burping away from the mic?
Yeah. Yeah. People hate that.
Yeah.
Our listeners love the burps. That's what they
Do
love.
You get those comments going like, love the burps?
No, but I'm assuming that they want to leave the comments. They just don't have time.
They're like, God, if I could just to watch this whole thing for an hour, but to leave a comment, I'm on the bus.
Well, they're driving while they're listening. They don't want to text and drive. Our listeners are responsible.
They're about to go into a big meeting with a bunch of executives, and they're like, I don't have time. I got to work on this presentation, but I'm locking in with my slop boys.
How are they supposed to leave a comment? There we go. On their phone when they're driving, listening to the podcast, they have one hand on the steering wheel and another hand on a beer. How are you supposed to text?
Yeah. And if it's not a beer, it's on a lady's titty. While she's pouring a beer into his mouth.
Dude.
Hey, if you're a listener of this podcast and you're a lesbian, leave a comment saying your opinion of the beer, of the burps.
Type shit.
But so anyway, I told him, so he makes a joke to bomb, and I said like, you should kill yourself. And then he like laughed, and then he like did a little dance, and I was like, that's funny. And then it made me laugh. And then
were there other people around?
No, it was just me and him.
Okay.
And so then I every day was like, I would just make that joke because I was like, that's how I interact with him.
Every time you saw him?
Every time I'd be like, oh, you could kill yourself.
Even if there was other people around?
Yeah, even if there were other people around.
Yeah.
And then
would he then dance every time?
He would laugh, or he would do a little thing or whatever.
Okay.
And I got other people in on this. Like other people.
Yeah.
I had gotten friends eventually, and then I was like,
Yay.
oh, my favorite joke is to tell Jacoby to kill himself.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
And then they would be like, that's so funny. And so then they would tell, like, they would be walking in the halls and just see him and go like, hey, you suck, kill yourself. And then like, that was like the bit of like saying, Jacoby, you suck, or like, Jacoby, go kill yourself. That was the joke.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't think about how that would affect one's psyche.
Yeah.
And so I remember my high school girlfriend was friends with him, and they were texting, and I told her like, hey, tell Jacoby I say hi. I really like him. He's really cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, he hates coming to school because of you. Yeah.
Oh my God. And that was the first time you realized he hated it?
Yeah, that was the first time. That was like 3 years in. Yeah.
Oh my God. That was all of high school. Oh my God.
For like all of high school, I just tortured this
But
guy.
every time he just did a dance?
He went along with it, or like eventually he would just kind of ignore me.
Yeah.
I was
and you didn't pick
but
up
I'm socially, I'm not able to read people very well. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but last time I heard.
What do you think would happen if instead of telling your girlfriend to, like, at that moment when she was texting him, instead of telling her, hey, text him that I think he's really cool, be like, oh, this would be a really fun bit. Text him that we're hanging out and that I said he should kill himself.
Yeah. Well, I just go like, no, you say it as you. The one person he trusts, betray him.
Oh my God.
No,
did you reconcile?
Yeah, I apologized a lot.
That's
Every other
good.
time I saw him, I would after that, literally any time I saw him, especially after graduation, I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
The bit turned into, I really didn't want you to kill yourself. I'm actually fond of you.
I very much enjoy your presence. And then every time he's like, hey man, it's totally fine. And then last time I heard, he was like the manager of like a Five Below and had a new girlfriend that he was really
Let's
into.
go.
So yeah, he's
Doing well.
crushing it. Yeah.
Doing well.
Meanwhile, I'm unemployed and drunk.
As is the slop way.
Technically, AJ is also technically unemployed. He has 4 jobs that give him no work. So
Yeah, you're feeling him pretty well.
Mm-hmm. What does AJ also do? Does he talks about like how he like made fun of retarded people or something like that growing up or stuff, or bullied them.
Yeah, sure. I guess he does.
Yeah, he'll say like, oh, there was a Down syndrome boy growing up.
Yeah,
and
he
was in the neighborhood,
and our bit was to hit him in the head.
Yeah, or like we made him drink piss or something like that.
Oh my! Wait, no, he did. No, dude, holy fuck, we need him here right now. I don't know if he told that story on the podcast yet. He definitely 1,000%. He has a story of like growing up. There's a kid that
I don't misquote
that would drink piss. That I don't know if he had. I don't think he had
and
down.
they would cheer him on as he pissed, yeah, or as he drank it.
I'm pretty certain that kid did not have Down syndrome, but I am equally as certain.
He might now.
Well, I'm equally as certain that he did not have it all going on upstairs. You know
If you're
mean?
drinking your own piss, you got something.
Have you ever drank your own piss?
No, I've never tasted my own piss or cum.
Me neither, but I want to do like a bear. Yeah, I've never done the nut, dude. That's so weird. Like, why?
I
You know
get
what I
it. You
mean?
want to taste the recipe, but like, I get it.
I get it. I want to know what I'm working with.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
jealous of these ladies.
All of a sudden now you nut in a woman's mouth, she spits out, you're like, that's good cum. I made sure that bouquet was excellent.
You didn't like that? You didn't like that?
Yo, I had a lady who who blew me, and then as I finished in her mouth, she gobbled it all up in her cheeks and then spat it onto me. like onto my pelvis.
Uh.
Yeah, I was miffed.
What was I'm curious though, what was like her tone, her demeanor? Was it like a oh, he's going to think this is hot? Or was it a ew?
Well, she's Korean, so I don't know. It might have been.
What is that? She's like, oh, this isn't gochujang. This does not taste like anything like sesame oil.
Yeah. No,
she was Korean. Dude,
like
yes. Yes, you are just like AJ. Yes. Vaguely racial.
Well, like, you know, in Korea, they take really good skincare, and apparently, like, semen's good for your skin.
Then why'd she spit it out?
She probably saw my skin. She's like, this guy doesn't lotion. She's working that in.
This white boy dry as hell, dude.
Yeah. But no, yeah, real rough blowjob. Although I will say we were in the back of my car.
I hooked up with a Korean girl named Roy.
That was a man.
No, it wasn't.
Roy? How do you spell it? ROY?
Yeah.
That straight up. She's the name of a Smash Brothers character.
I know.
Was her hair wrench of a sword?
Well, I would try not to notice the sword and the cape and the there you go.
I pushed that one out.
Yeah. She did have a
I also smelled like Snickerdoodle protein cookie.
She did have a devastating upbeat now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
But also no follow through at all.
No, 1,000% it was not a man, but yeah.
Let's see. I've slept with 2 women who have my mom's name.
I would never do that. I can never do that. I see that on a dating app. That's an automatic no. My mom and my sister.
I got blinded by the titties, man.
I know. I've seen some baddies that share the name. I will never.
You can't call them like a nickname?
No. I think I matched with like someone that's like an Anna Grace or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I had thought maybe I could just be like, hey, you're Anna. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But like, no, I would never. That's
no. I've slept with 2 Alex.
And I would expect the same. If my mom or sister started dating a guy named Patrick, I'd be like, you gotta chill.
Yeah, okay. I would say if your mom started dating a dude named Patrick, like dating a person who's the name of your son, that's wild. Dating somebody who's your mom,
no,
I think
that's equally as wild, bro.
Oh,
What's your mom's name?
Alexandra.
Oh, that's a pretty common one.
But then you got Alex.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that happens.
I've slept with the first lady I ever slept with was named Alex.
The first lady was the name of your mom.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
No, and that's where I was like, am I gonna do this? And then we were watching Bill Burr's stand-up special, and then she like makes a move, and I'm like, we are doing this. Okay.
Yeah, I guess if
when Billy B's on screen,
I guess if I was out at a bar and like met one, I wouldn't immediately walk away like I would on like a dating app swipe away immediately. And then if she started making a move, I guess I'm not gonna be like, your name is this name or whatever. But I would never, if it's in my control, I'm not.
Let me set this scene for you, okay?
Yeah.
We're in her bed, downstairs. The whole basement is her bedroom. Yeah. Right. So we're in her bed.
Was she depressed?
Bill, she's dating me. Yeah. She's with this boy.
I lived in a basement too, and it was the darkest time of my life.
She had just like not even windows, just like little slits around the like kind of ceiling, because it'd be like it'd be like that thing, and then it'd be like ground, and then you see like a little bit of sky, you know?
Yeah.
But no,
I forget what those are called.
If a woman's with me, she has mental health issues. Yeah, for sure. And that's not because of me, but it will be furthered by me.
Hey, I don't want to be the one to say it. But.
Yeah. No, they're already bad, and then they get to me, and then they're like just fucking down.
They're like, what's the point?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm rising.
Yeah.
I'm getting great. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
this way he keeps blowing me. My life's awesome.
I'm unemployed, getting dumb.
Yeah, dude. That's literally my life right now.
I don't think I need a job.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Are you on? Do you get unemployment?
I do get unemployment right now. But let me set the scene, right? Basement, parents gone. Free Totino's pizza rolls in that freezer.
Yo.
Already.
Basement in the freezer? Or freezer in the basement? A basement in the freezer would be crazy. Just that's where the Ice King lives.
Yeah, it's where Dr. Freeze and the Ice King both live.
Dude, one time I was tripping with my friends, and we had like Adventure Time on the TV, and we all started just being like, I was like, I'm definitely Jake. And my buddy Drew was like, I'm Finn. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm for sure Jake and you're Finn for sure. And then we looked at our buddy Whitmer and we're like, Whitmer's the Ice King. Whitmer's the Ice King. And he was like, no, I'm not the Ice King. And then the episode where it was like the episode's like the first or second one where like he traps all those princesses in the cage.
Yeah.
And we're like, Ice King,
Whitmer.
Ice King. Yeah. And he's like, no, stop it. And like he told us later, he was like, yeah, I was like freaking the fuck out for like an hour because of that.
Well, yeah, when your friends come up with a nickname for you that you're like, fuck, no, like I can't have this stick. My friend's nickname is Top Gun.
It's a great nickname.
It's a great nickname. The other nickname I have for my other friend, I'll say his full name on here. I know you don't edit at all.
Yeah,
his name is Matt Gilroy.
Yeah, there you go.
The nickname I came up for him.
Do you remember his address?
I don't. Okay. I would give it.
Yeah, go for it.
His nickname that I came up with is Fat Girly Boy.
Fat Girly Boy?
Yeah. So
everybody, just a long nickname.
It's Matt Gilroy, Fat Girly Boy. I across a building have yelled Fat Girly Boy.
Yeah.
And he goes, what up? And so like that's an awful nickname, right?
Yeah, it sucks.
But I give out all the nicknames.
That's not like a bad one that is kind of cool. Like Skunk, like
Skunk, yeah, dude, Skunk goes hard.
Nobody would want to be called Skunk, but it's kind of hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, there's this one guy like that I vaguely know like back home because he's like friends with like my best buddy's like older brother or something like that.
Yeah.
His nickname is Pond Squat.
Whoa.
Pretty cool nickname.
That's a pretty cool nickname.
Yeah, I guess he took a shit in a pond and they were like Pond Squat. Pond Squat.
Dude, there's a guy I know. I'm not close with him, but his nickname is Hamburger.
Yeah.
Or no, it's Burger. It's just Burger. And then he looks like a dude who would go by the name Burger. Mm-hmm. And he's like a power lifter. And for money, he donates sperm.
Nice.
And he's been told by the...
Burger?
He goes by Burger.
Burger's good.
And then he donates sperm. And when he donates it, apparently his like sperm goes crazy because they pay him way more than everybody else.
The best sperm.
They're like, this sperm count on this is so like, imagine you give somebody a cup of your cum and they're like, this is immaculate. Like
this
that's
is the best
crazy.
cum ever.
Dude, Burger, literally his every day of his life is just eating heavy food, lifting weights, jerking off into cups and
getting money.
Is
that just his like
he does that for his income because
he
apparently can like he literally can donate, like they've told him that he like from his sperm count and like how high his libido is that he can donate basically every other day. And so he'll make thousands of dollars in a month.
That's just crazy. Yeah, because I heard like a standard nut is like $100 at least.
Yeah, he makes like a good amount of money for his.
Damn, dude.
So he literally is like, if I go a week without jerking off, I'm filling up like so many cups and then just giving them all.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I gotta start making money off of this.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I would be
as soon as any young boy heard of a sperm bank, and they were like, "They pay you? Oh my god, yeah,
yeah."
But I think you need to have like a. So when I knew him, he was in college.
Yeah.
I think you need to be pursuing a degree or have a degree, and then like there's a bunch of other parameters.
Dude, I went to Georgia Tech. I was an Eagle Scout. Yeah. I graduated from Georgia Tech with highest honors.
They
gotta want my nut. Dude.
I know that they like go through your like medical history and stuff like that for like because you gotta have like a good medical history because they don't want to.
I think I do.
They don't want it to be like, my family has a history of like incest or whatever. They're not gonna let you donate. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Fucking get out of here.
Yeah, you're walking in with 12 toes or whatever, and they're like, no. But if I don't know how they are on autism, so if I ever donated, I would not tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just be like,
that's good.
Yeah.
What? You would just withhold that?
I would withhold that for sure. Bro, yeah, I'm trying to get my bag. Also, autism, not that bad, all right? Yeah. I'm kind of crushing it, so.
Yeah. I'm kind of crushing it. I'm unemployed.
I'm crushing it. I'm unemployed, and I made a guy almost kill himself, so. If you guys want an autistic child, hit me up.
Did you ever hear about that doctor in the sperm doctor in Indiana, like 10 years ago or something? That like he, oh my god, okay.
Sperm doctor,
like the doctor at one of those sperm.
Okay.
Like he,
imagine your job is that though.
Well, he would just like, like the job is like. I don't know what the fucking job is, but like at the sperm bank or whatever, like couples come in and they're like, we need this, and then like they hand them like the notebook of like stats of all the sperm, and the couples would pick who they want the sperm donor to be, and then the doctor would be like, for sure, let me go get it from the freezer, but he would just jerk off and instead 500 kids. It's crazy.
Okay.
And I didn't know about this guy. How I found out about this was this girl on like Hinge or something just randomly came over one night, and we're like sitting on my bed, and we just got to put something on before we get at it. You can't just walk in and get after it, I guess, or whatever. But
typical women.
Yeah, dude. But anyway, I'm just like kind of scrolling, and I'm like, oh, what do you want to watch? And it's like the documentary section. It was a documentary about that guy, and she was like, oh, I watched this like a little bit ago. I thought it was pretty good. Like, throw it on. I'm like, okay. And I put it on, and now we're in the middle of watching this movie, and I'm laying with this lady. I'm like, when do you make a move during that documentary?
Yeah.
What is it? It starts with women just being like, I feel betrayed and violated. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I wanna mention in a second here. I got a story again about going over to a lady's place and watching the same thing.
Sure.
Or watching the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But did you say that guy was Indian?
No, I don't think he was Indian. It was in Indiana.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was Indian for a second. I was like,
I don't think he was.
You'd find out pretty quick if it was the wrong one.
I think he was like, Middle Eastern or something. I'm not positive though, or maybe he just like looked.
I'll quote
like
you
it.
On that. Yeah,
he looked kind of like Gilbert.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Unless it was just like an actor that they had in the documentary or something. Whoever. In my mind, it's the Gilbert.
They got the guy to act in the own documentary about his crime.
I'm sure they showed a picture of him. I
love the idea of they go, hey, so we know you committed this crime, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, of course. And then they go, would you be willing to act in the documentary and play the part?
He goes, well, clearly I'm a psychopath, so yeah.
But I don't know why I thought he might be Indian, because I was like, you would know pretty quick, like, hey, I want this guy, and then your kid comes out like just you're like, that's different than what I thought it was.
Yeah, we're too. This is Sally and Jonathan from fucking South Bend, Indiana, both blonde hair.
And
then out pops Baljeet.
And they're like, and then we thought that we were getting a Chris.
I do like the idea that babies get born with their own name. Like, oh, fuck,
well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
But you had another story quick?
Yeah, so I went over to a lady's place, and then we're sitting on her couch. We're like hanging out. We've been drinking a little bit, and then she's like, oh, do you want to watch something? And I'm like, for sure. Obviously waiting like 10 minutes in this thing, we're going to start doing something, right?
Yeah.
She puts on a true crime documentary.
Yeah.
Of course, about this dude who like would follow his exes and beat the shit out of him and like almost try to kill them, and then like would get caught, sent to prison, and then get out and immediately find his ex and beat them again. We watched the whole thing because I'm at no point am I like, okay, he's gone to jail again. All right, now time to make it. Like,
yeah, never, dude. Like you're just praying that they have like one of side that's just like one of the victims being like, I grew from this. Now I started a community garden. I'm doing great. Now.
You go, oh, thank God, grab a titty before.
Yeah. It's like how some people get in a car accident and they're like, no, actually, like I really wouldn't change this. It's made me a better person.
Yeah.
You're just
They get
praying.
in a car accident, they lose a leg. They're like, I would have kept drinking if this didn't happen.
Yeah. Like I would be dead. I'll take the leg.
Yeah.
You should start fingering it.
No prep, no lead up. Just going. As soon as I go. And then he broke into my house, and she goes, "What the fuck?"
And then and I thought that like 4 blows to the head would be enough, and he didn't.
You just
stop.
grabbed the back of her head.
Start sucking her ear. I'm really quick at taking off a bra.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing me to your home for your first place where I know exactly where you live now. No, and then it didn't end there. Is that the documentary ends, and I'm like, let's put on something lighter. And then as I put on something, I don't remember what it was. It was like, I can't remember, like Despicable Me or something like that. Like something, anything.
The documentary.
Yeah. Anything lighter. I put it on, and she turns to me and goes, do you want to see photos of me as a child? And then pulls out a baby book of her. And then points at a photo and says, that's me when I'm 4. That's my mom.
I hate that.
And she goes, my mom is dead. And I go, I'm so sorry. And she goes, yeah, my mom died shortly after this photo in a car accident. I was in the car and I have the scars to prove it. I was like, yeah. And then I'm like,
tongue first.
Oh, your mom would want this. Oh, you said the car rolled 6 times. How about you roll your tongue off the tip of my penis?
6 or 7 times.
Yeah, before I bust.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Nah, anytime I see a lot of girls do that on their Hinge profile. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
where they advertise, I'm gonna play a true crime thing for you.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about like you have like 6 photos on your Hinge profile. Like I've seen like a good bit where like one of their 6 photos is just like a picture of them as a baby or something.
Yeah.
What? Why? I don't want to see that.
But yeah,
I saw one girl. I'm not even fucking making this up. I saw one girl that had like the blurriest like mirror picture, and you can barely see her face. Yeah. I think she was like a cute person, but then the other 6 were like half memes and half photos of her at like 3.
Yeah. Dude,
what am I doing with that?
See, the thing is that I don't understand that because it's like nonsense, but the child photo I get, because at least it's them at a photo when they're a normal weight, you know?
Before they blew up.
Yeah.
Before they discovered Crunch Wrap Supremes.
Yeah, come on. All right, lady. I did actually. I had a first date with a lady where we got
the one time in their life their normal BMI.
Yeah. Hey, lady, you look good in this photo.
That's what I'm saying. Anytime I send a like, I feel like I'm just saying I like you as a toddler.
Yeah. You like that photo? I never liked that photo.
No, no. But even if
you comment and go back to this.
No, but even just sending a like on a profile that has that photo lets them know that I've seen that photo. I don't know. It's fucking weird, dude.
Have you tried putting a photo of you as a child?
No, I wonder. It might work. Who knows? I got some pretty cute ass fucking. I was a cute motherfucking kid, dude.
I was almost abducted as a kid.
That's the cutest it gets. Right there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I was I've talked about it before, but I was 9 years old, mowing my front lawn.
What time is it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can keep talking.
It's 4:19. So
okay.
We actually just hit an hour.
Yeah, we did just hit an hour. You want to wrap that up quick? You were mowing your lawn?
Yeah, I can wrap up the story real quick. Yeah. It's pretty simple. But I was 9 years old and I was mowing the front lawn, and then this guy pulls up and he is like, "Hey, where's your mom? Is your mom home?" And my mom owed a lot of money to a lot of people. Yeah. So the rule was mom's not home.
That's the rule.
That was the rule. So if somebody asks, mom's not home.
Yeah.
And so then this guy in this car, he's like, "Hey, where's your mom?" And I go, "My mom's not home." And
was she home?
No, she was not.
Okay,
but the rule was.
Just you're following the rule. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following the rule. And I go, "My mom's not home, and I don't know when she's gonna be back." And he got like
he started rubbing his hands together.
It's going interesting.
Yeah.
And then he is like, "Well, I'm going to get some fast food if you want to go join." And then I was like, and we also were poor, and my mom couldn't afford food, so this is a steal to me.
Yeah, you're
honestly.
like fucking Big Mac, bet.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, bro, my mom literally never buys McDonald's.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's why if you want to protect your child from getting molested, buy them McDonald's, make them fat and ugly, and then. Not that fat is ugly, but as you fatten them up, also like mush their face a bunch. I don't know. And then I go inside. I'm like, I literally tell this adult, I go, let me go ask my sister. And then I go inside and I tell my sister, hey, there's this guy who wants to go take me to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And she goes, don't get in that car.
Shout out, sis.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's awesome.
Imagine I did get in that car and then my mom gets home and my mom's like, where's Jacob? And she's like, some guy wanted to take him to McDonald's and I let him. Yeah. The amount of crazy,
bro. All right, well, that's a good place to end this. This has been Slopcast minus AJ, but plus Jacob Chalk. Definitely leave us some Spotify reviews, comments. Share with every person you ever met in your life, all that kind of stuff.
Sloppy lesbians out there, come on.
Let us know. Follow us, slopcastpod, Patrick John O'Malley, AJ Kaga with 2 E's. We'll shout him out as well. And what's your Instagram?
At Jacob Chalk Comedy. Boom. Although I want to mention anything I said on this podcast was facetious. I'm a good person.
Yeah, it was facetious when you said you didn't send the email. All right, bet. All right, signing off. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.